Hello everyone. In this video we will show you set up Cloud Defense Single Sign-On, SSO. Do you use an SSO provider and want to allow your developers easy access to Cloud Defense via that? In this case, you can set up a single sign-on through your provider. The information you need to establish trust between Cloud Defense and the identity provider depends on which type of SSO you are using. Just a few simple steps are needed to establish trust between your identity provider, IDP, and Cloud Defense. In your identity provider platform, enter details about the Cloud Defense. Provide Cloud Defense with details from your IDP. Confirm the login process is working correctly. Depending on the type of SSO connection, different details are required for establishing the trust between your identity provider and Cloud Defense. The following sections elucidate those details. SAML for SSO. To establish trust with Cloud Defense, add an ACS URL/single sign-on URL. The Assertion Consumer Service, ACS, is the endpoint on the Cloud Defense network that listens for requests from your identity provider to enable communication between users on your network and Cloud Defense. This URL is sometimes called a reply URL. If some more information is needed, such as entity ID, etc., it can be found in Cloud Defense metadata. The entity ID is the URL that uniquely identifies Cloud Defense as a SAML entity or service provider node. Default entity ID must be checked manually as no default is set for this. Use these details to set up the connection with your identity provider, IDP. SAML information to provide to Cloud Defense. Obtain metadata URL from your identity provider. Provide this information to Cloud Defense to establish trust on the service provider side. Information contained in metadata. OpenID Connect, OIDC, for SSO, using Okta. When using OIDC for the connection between your identity provider and Cloud Defense, add the callback/redirect URIs in your identity provider to establish trust with Cloud Defense. OIDC information to provide to Cloud Defense. Get the following information from your identity provider. Provide this information to Cloud Defense to establish trust on the service provider side.